with some feed. We're not talking about those who are naturally growing even then, where they drive upon. So you have to give diets or feeds which are relatively high protein content. Whereas the land animals, majority of the land animals, you grow them with relatively lower protein content. Let's take an example. If anybody who's been involved in poultry, for instance, or broilers, or egg layers, the protein content of the feed is not more than 18 to 20%. Whereas in aquaculture, the lowest level you get is 25 to 30%. It can go up to 50. So that means that's one of the reasons that people say that high protein, so it's carnivore. It's not necessarily the case. Even the carp is, if you take the same terms of terminology as what we apply to land animals, it should be considered as carnivore. So, see here, what is here is consumers of land animals, consumers of 20, producers of high level. Marine system is totally different. Very many species, more than if you go to any aquaculture meeting, they talk about hundreds of species, so many species, and even our Indian government, ICAR and all, they talk about diversification of species and so on. So every other laboratory is working on a new species, trying to work on. But if you look at this curve, this is the number of species and the production here. Grass carp, silver carp, tilapia, and so on. And less than 10 species make up of more than 50% of the production. And 9 out of 10 from low trophic levels, except this Atlantic zone. Less than 30 species make 90% of production. So this is a serious issue. Why waste our time on new species? This is a fundamental question which is asked everywhere in the world. Because one is production as a human food, then you are investing so much money. It was the case, for instance, in Norway for Atlantic cod. 20 years, still nothing. Now it's coming up again and so on. So we have to be careful when you are diversification of species. Very often here it has occurred. One of my mentors or previous senior professors from here, Delhi, ICAR, the first Deputy Director General of Fisheries, Dr. Dehadra, he was very much opposed to introduction of species from outside. I mean, we are talking about biodiversity issues and all that. Now it has come because of some other reasons, some two major species, tilapia and panga, for instance. This can have consequences because the concept behind is making money, thinking that they are going to sell. Unfortunately, there are other competitors. These are simple things which have to take. When it comes to nutrition, when you want to grow these fish, you have to feed them. I'm not going into detail, but my question is going to put some questions in terms of basics. There have been a number of books. The first ever fish nutrition meeting was held in 1978, the European Inland Fisheries Commission. And then we had a number of fish nutrition meetings. I myself have been involved in putting these books in French, Spanish, and English. And the latest version is the fish nutrition, which we have brought Ron Hardy from US and myself. So we try to bring updated information available, whatever is available. And this time we try to put, when we talk about aquatic fish, we include marine fish, freshwater fish, tropical fish, temperate fish, shrimp, everything. Whatever is grown with some concept of nutritional background and feed. Again, I'm thinking of those who are on the backside, the young students. Very often we talk about growth. How do we measure growth? And we use the only animal where we use some of the terms such as this. Specific growth rate is only in fish. No land animal people talk about this. They talk about daily growth, daily number of grams per day and so on. Because they are grown, temperature, body temperature is maintained constantly irrespective of whether it's tropical or temperate. Body temperature is maintained constant, so they use daily growth rate as a just unit of gram per day, which unfortunately we do not know, we do not use. And secondly, this specific growth is not useful if I know what is the growth rate. I should be able to predict. I'm having fish in my tank, I'm having fish in my pond. I should be able to calculate what this fish will be, which size it will be, say in a month's time or 3 months' time, given the water temperature also, which is changing. Let's take temperature in Himachal Pradesh or in Tamil Nadu. The water temperature is going to change over the season that we have to take into account. There are poikilotherms. And so there are concepts such as daily growth index or thermal growth coefficient are the best descriptors of growth. So please think about it when you are writing papers and things like that. Use these terms. What is best is to give initial body weight, final body weight, duration and temperature. Anybody can calculate. So that will be extremely useful for you than anybody else. You also can go back and look at what was there. You can do the comparison of your study with others. Feed utilization. Again, we calculate something in a normal cycle. You have pyramids from one trophic level to another. In nature, you consider energy conversion efficiency is about 10% from low to next. But it's all based on